All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. We're missing our top teens for sure. And thank you guys for coming for Resiliency Week this week. And so we're going to do an activity around how we become resilient people. And usually we learn a lot of things when we are adolescents and going through those teen years that can be really tough. And it's the people that we're surrounded by that often build us up and help us become resilient, or it's the people that try to bring us down, and we navigate how to be resilient through those experiences as well. So what we're going to do is an activity on protective factors and risk factors, and everyone here gets to be a protective factor or a risk factor, or you get to be an adolescent, 15 or 16 years old. So when I say protective factors, if you could imagine a car has protective factors, which are things that keep you safe. And the risk factors are the things that maybe you can't control, that you need those protective factors for. So who can tell me what's a protective factor in your car that keeps you safe?
Seatbelt.
Seatbelts?
Airbag.
Airbags?
Tires.
The tires, the lights,
The
brakes.
brake pedal.
Exactly. And they keep us safe from things we can't control and maybe other things that might happen while you're on the road, such as what? What could happen while you're driving that you need all those protective factors?
A
A deer's gonna pop out.
A deer, a car, another car, the drivers. So weather could also be another risk factor. So we're constantly trying to navigate our worlds to be as safe as possible in a risky environment. And it's just like growing up and being a teenager. And unfortunately, I think that's probably when it's at its hardest because there's so many things coming at you. There's a lot of pressure. And right now, we're all asking our teens to be even more resilient than normal by being able to get through this tough crisis together and in a healthy way and have all the things that you need at your fingertips. And it's really, really hard. So we hope that this activity will help you guys understand our role for you and that we hope we're protective factors and that you also can be a protective factor for other people. So who can be our volunteer today to be the teenager?
I got you. I'll do it.
Thanks, Savion. And were you a pretty cool, laid-back teen like you are now, or did you have a lot
pretty
going
much.
on? What was happening in Savion's 16, 15-year-old self?
I was just playing sports all the time. It's like sports year round.
Okay, so sports was a big deal for you, a protective factor for you.
Yep.
If you didn't have sports, you probably would not have had a great 15, 16.
Nah, I wouldn't have fun.
All right, so the rest of us are going to either role play as a protective factor or a risk factor. So a protective factor could be the people that really helped keep you safe, that you looked forward to seeing, that made you happy, that took care of you, were worried about you, that you knew you could count on. So I would love to see everyone who is a protective factor raise up your notebooks, let's see, or your paper, let's see who you are. All right, we have a sister. All we have is dog. We have a coach, church lady, and Colbert, yours is a little blurry. You're the daddy. Okay, so we have several protective factors. All right, so they're going to play that role. And then if you are a risk factor, will you please hold up your sign? We have anxiety, an unhealthy relationship. We have a bad girlfriend here. We have violence and anything else? Okay. And Christina, what do you have?
I don't have anything.
Oh, you didn't write sports down. So
No.
you're sports. You can write
I'm
sports.
sports.
You're sports. That's all you gotta do is hold up sports because that's another protective factor. So
All right.
thankfully, Savion, you have more protective factors than risk factors, which is good. And on the on the count of 3, everyone is going to talk to you at the same time. And I want you to try to hear the messages from your protective factors and your risk factors. And I want you to try to see what message sticks with you the most, okay?
All right.
You don't have to say a word. All right, volunteers, do you all know what you're going to say on the count of 3? All right, and I'll tell you when to stop. All right. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Savvy, you're
amazing.
So lucky that you're my brother. I love you so much. Thankful that you're my brother. I love you so much. I'm so thankful that you're my brother. I love
For
you
giving
so
me all my
much.
treats and belly rubs.
So thankful that you're my
Love
brother.
you.
All right. Yeah. Time out.
Love you.
That's a lot. That's a lot going on right there.
How you doing, Savion? Was that a little too much?
It's something.
That was a lot.
I got some things out of it though.
Yeah. That was only 10 seconds. Wow.
Oof. That's 10
So,
seconds.
imagine if that was every day in your life. These were the messages that you had to listen for, whether you wanted them or not. That's what you heard, and you had to get through your day. So tell us what message you heard the loudest and the clearest.
Ooh, I heard I love you a lot. That was the clearest that I heard. And I heard I'm proud of you too.
Nice. And did you hear any risk factor messages, any negative messages?
I didn't hear any really.
That's awesome. So that
Yeah.
means you guys did great. And that's the whole point. We want you guys to keep your protective factors closer to you, even if you know that there's going to be a risk factor, there's going to be a bully, there's going to be someone that you do not want to see every day, and you know you got to face them, whether it's someone you're related to or in your school or at your job. But we hope that you guys understand that it's important to know who your protective factors are so that you can seek them out when you need them, and to stay away from your risk factors as much as possible. And always try to have more protective factors than risk factors. All right, so did anyone else have anything they wanted to mention or add? Okay, awesome. I hope that was powerful for you guys. What did you guys think of it that were volunteers? Can I have someone share what that was like for you?
That was stressful. I didn't know what to say. I kept listening to everyone else.
Oh, okay.
Interrupting.
Thank you. Thank you all for doing that. And I challenge anyone who watches this video to think about whether you're a protective factor or a risk factor for someone else, and how that's going to help you and help that person, and how resilient you are because of these people that you have in your lives. And we look forward to hearing from you. We miss you guys, and we will be in touch very soon. All right. Mwah.
Bye, y'all. Wash your hands. Stay safe.
Yeah.